Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about depression. I got a good question about how to recognize somebody with depression. And so that's what I'll cover today. And I'll end the video by talking about how we can facilitate spaces so that people don't have to hide depression. But before I get into that, I just want to remind you that this is an educational video and not to be substituted for medical advice. If you're feeling suicidal or know someone who is, please do give this number a call so you can get the help that you need. All right, so what is depression? What does it look like and feel like, and how can you recognize someone who might be experiencing depression? So, we have a lot of physical symptoms when we're thinking of depression. So I'm not talking about just sadness or in the moment despair or despondency. I'm talking about the moderate to severe forms of depression that can really disrupt somebody's life. And so you want to think about primarily the person is no longer experiencing joy. They have an inability to experience joy. And so this can be seen in their passions. Are they no longer driven to do the things that they used to do? They used to love working out, reading, playing chess, who knows? But they're no longer taking an interest in these things. And some physical symptoms that we see a lot are changes in appetite, changes in sleep. All right, so this can be increase or decrease in either direction for both of those things. But in general, as far as energy levels, it's lower energy levels and sometimes very slow physical movements as well. Psychologically, we see that people experience a lot of guilt for even just feeling the way that they're feeling, or just feeling like other people should not have to be around them, not have to be their friend, and things like that, as well as difficulty thinking and concentrating. So this could be an indicator if the person can no longer work or concentrate like they used to. And at the severe end, of course, we have thoughts of death and suicide. So this is a very serious thing that you would need to get clinical help for. And the other thing to think about is that anxiety and depression are bedfellows. They go together. And I was reading in a book called The Empire of Depression by Jonathan Sadowski, where he talks about how it's just a Western psychiatry notion that anxiety and depression are two different things. And we've also got the pharmaceutical industry kind of influencing our views on this matter, because we have antidepressants and then we have anxiety medication. But in other cultures, they recognize that anxiety and depression are two faces of the same experience. So it's something that you can think about as well, because a lot of times we can spot one or the other, and it's just helpful to know that they go together. And so I will do another video on the causes of depression, as well as what you can do to get out of a depression. But right now I want to finish this video, since the question was how to recognize someone with depression. I just want to talk about how we can create spaces where people are no longer forced to hide how they're feeling if they're feeling depressed. And so we can imagine if we're parents, friends, co-workers, managers, teachers, we are constantly creating social expectations for what's acceptable and what's not. And so a lot of these behaviors that are associated with depression are stigmatized, right? In a productive society, we want to make money, we want to work hard. And so if somebody is literally unable to work hard, they may not feel comfortable. They may have to hide that and just experience this alone. And when they're around people, try to get up to speed and try to perform, right? And the other thing is, the inability to experience joy. Well, this is also, unfortunately, not acceptable in most social situations and makes people feel uncomfortable, where, it's incredibly isolating to not be able to experience joy, because that in a social situation where people might be joking, laughing, coming together and want to have good times, understandably so. But at the same time, we need to accept if somebody is not feeling good, that we don't stigmatize that, and we do ask them, of course, what's wrong, or just understand and spend some time with them. And also take the lead. If you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling anxious, be a leader and take that time for yourself and express to people, so that they'll be more likely, if they're feeling something like this, to express it to you in return. So we can do a lot towards recognizing and helping people get through these things before they might get to a severe end. And it can really go a long way for somebody. All right, so I hope that this was helpful for you. Please do like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment if you have any questions, or if you found this video helpful. All right, thanks.